pretty much every time we go on a date, we are going there and we are sitting there with our programs running, and we ain't seeing that person, and we're not talking to each other on a level of getting to know each other. And a lot of the time it's because we don't know ourselves. And so we go away and we judge and we have our opinions of them and all of the rest of it. We haven't actually got to know them. And then we go and we sit, I sit in cafes in Bondi and I'm surrounded by the same conversations. The same, we don't even talk to them, we just go and talk to our friends about them. Oh, it must have been this because that happened to me, and it's like, it's just like
when you're
painful.
saying like a first date, we don't really know the person we're sitting with. Do you think that's because on a first date, people are so consumed with how they're being perceived that they haven't got the space to actually like absorb what that other person is saying?
Yeah.
For some people, yes, and that's called an external reference program. On the other end of that, you'll get someone who doesn't give a fuck about what they're thinking about them, and they're just talking. They've got no self-awareness. They might talk for the whole time. So it depends on the program, but it's not even first dates. It's our whole life.
Yeah.
It's our family relationships, it's our friendships, it's everywhere. Until we can really get to know ourselves, we're not really ever going to have really,
such a long
great
process though.
Yeah, fair.
It's the cliche saying ignorance is bliss. It's like the happiest people are always so ignorant because they haven't got to the point where they become self-aware to actually figure out what the fuck is wrong with them. How are they navigating the world, and how are their decisions actually affecting people. Those ones are just bliss. Like, oh, my last 3 relationships ended and because of this. I'm like, bro, you're the common denominator here. You might think that there's something you might need to work on, but again, whenever you're completely ignorant to that, then you can just live life carefree, which is obviously not ideal.
It's seemingly carefree, but I can guarantee you there's not one person that I've not drilled into that hasn't got shit running, however good they look on the outside. It just doesn't exist. I remember I got to a point in my life around 20, I think this was, I used to quiz people all my life, and I had that realisation because every time I sat with someone I'd just grill them.
Like an interview?
Yeah.
Like even
when
dates?
I was like this.
Oh, okay.
No, this is like just my not on, no one,
Okay.
I mean, when I was a kid, people used to go, oh, you're going to be a detective because you're really nosy. And my ex always used to say to me, stop fucking asking me questions. But, he loved
God
it,
forbid
really.
I want to talk to you, babe. Like, Jesus Christ, I'll just sit here in the corner and cry to myself.